Good evening, y'all. I am Pearl Hale McEachern. I was born in Fayette County on April 20th, 1899. My parents were big believers in education. So at the age of 15, I started at the state normal school and would continue to study there until 1918. Following my schooling, I took a course in 1919 on becoming a comptometer operator. For those of you who may not know, a comptometer was the first mechanical calculator. In 1920, I married my husband, David William McEachern, but we all just called him Bill. Bill and I met when I was working at the American Telephone and Telegraph Company, or AT&T as you all may have heard it called. Bill was a member of a prominent Marietta family, the ones who helped fund the McEachern High School. So you can imagine what went along with all that. People certainly liked to talk. We were mentioned frequently in the Marietta Journal, especially in regards to our parties and road trips. We were always busy doing something. Bill and I were not blessed with children, but we stayed busy. Our house was on Marietta's Church Street, and as I understand it, it is still standing today. It was the first house in the area to have tile in it, and we often had strangers knock on our door asking if they could see our tile. Sadly, just 2 years before our 25th wedding anniversary, Bill passed away due to a heart attack, leaving me in charge of the estate. I had to reinvent myself and my life when Bill passed. And ultimately, I sold the farm on March 7th, 1944, and 2 days later, on March 9th, I enlisted in the Women Army Corps. I trained at Fort Oglethorpe, and to hear the Marietta Daily Journal tell it, there is no more popular young matron in the city. To be fair, I did have a gift for making friends, one that still holds true to this day. Some of you might remember from a couple years ago the story of Esther Roberts. Esther was an Army recruiter, and that's what I became too. I worked as a recruiter for the WAC and for the Women's Auxiliary Variant Squadron, and then in 1947, I joined the newly created U.S. Air Force. I learned to fly planes. I spent 3 years abroad in Germany from 1952 to 1955. I spent time in Hawaii and in Miami. And while in Miami, I was recognized as the recruiter who signed up more women in 1 quarter than any other recruiter in the country. Oh, how I did enjoy my job. I was honorably discharged from the Air Force, and I spent my later years at the Dublin VA Center in Dublin, Georgia. While in the center, I won first place in the 20th annual National Writing Contest for hospital veterans. My picture was taken for the newspaper with me in a wheelchair. My body was giving up on me, but my mind was still good. On November 29th, 1971, I passed away. Up until 2022, no one who visited this cemetery here even knew I was a veteran. But thanks to my extended family and to the lovely folks who run this cemetery, my grave now receives the same honors as the rest of the veterans.
Thank you.